Hello, hosts and travelers. Welcome to the podcast Hosting Your Home. Each week, around the world, millions of guests stay in other people's homes using the Airbnb platform. Debbie Herder looks for stories that come from these connections. Listen in as we hear stories that teach us the human side of hosting your home.
Hi, everyone. This is Debbie at the Hosting Your Home podcast. Today, we're going to talk with Alana Schroeder of the Distinguished Guest. We are both members of Matt Landau's Inner Circle, and so I have known her from the very beginning when he started that and before he actually created the Inner Circle. So Alana, at that point, had 2 vacation rentals. One of them was in Lake Tahoe, and the other one was in Kauai. She's still doing the vacation rental managing part of her Kauai property, and I understand has just within the last year or so started listing with Airbnb. Alana, as the Distinguished Guest, started pulling together some product and eventually created a business out of selling products that she felt were very appropriate to the vacation rental community, and I have been very pleased with what I've used. I have some of her sheets and some towels and some other little things that she offers too. I think you really ought to check out her website at thedistinguishedguest.com and listen to our interview. We're also very pleased because she was a vendor at our Host2Host conference, and she stayed here in our little Airbnb. So we got a chance to chat a little bit more than normal. I just loved it. She's just a sweetheart. I hope you enjoy this interview, and I'll be back after. All right, Miss Alana Schroeder of the Distinguished Guest. I'm so happy to have you on the podcast, and I'm so happy that you're going to be staying in my home.
Thank you.
So cool. I'm so excited to see you.
Thank you. We're really looking forward to it.
So to get started with just a little bit about you, what's some of your history?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I actually started my career in commercial real estate, and I did that for about 20 years. And then I ended up leaving that and knew that I wanted to have another baby. So I ended up just kind of staying home and ended up when I left the commercial real estate, I had to start renting out my home in Lake Tahoe.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got pregnant, I just kind of started the process of doing that. And then I decided I wanted to style my place like a hotel. I guess having that commercial business experience kind of got me thinking of that. So I started sourcing a bunch of product, and then I decided that I was going to start a business surrounded around vacation rental owners like myself who are looking to kind of provide more of the commercial luxuries.
Mm-hmm. And when you started that, how did you do that? Did you start contacting like hotel supply houses or what? I've always wondered how you got that started.
Yeah, so I just started doing some research on kind of what I wanted to, carry in terms of product. And then I started sourcing product and trying it for myself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at my vacation rental in Lake Tahoe at the time when I just had that. And testing it at home and all that. And I got tons of little shampoo and conditioner sets and really tried to pick one that, looked great. And then also the product was nice as well. So it's kind of a combination of finding the two and then, just all the product sourcing and all that. Just making phone calls and getting samples and things like that. And then just kind of putting it onto a website and getting the creative aspect going and love just pulling all that together. I really like the design aspect too of creating a website. And
your website's lovely.
Thank you.
And your products are quality too. I know that the sheets are really durable and good feeling, and I haven't tested one of your bathrobes yet. That's next for me, I think, to try that. But you have a lot of stuff there too that you're offering, from the kind of what's the word I want? The basically the bathroom products, as well as the the bedroom linens and things like that too.
Yeah, exactly. And I really try and source my product from the large institutional companies. One, because I know that it's quality controlled, and two, because I know that they've been around for a long time and they're going to be around for a long time. So when people come to my website and buy my product, it's nice that they know that they can come back in a year, for example, with the towels, and still find the exact same towels.
Yes.
So, I'm very particular about that. And, I used to find myself buying a dozen towels, but then a year down the road, I was maybe down to 6. And then I'm in a situation where, I have to have everything matching. And so, you go back to the store and they don't necessarily have those exact same towels that you originally purchased. So then I'm buying 12 more, but then I have these 6 other towels that I either donate or bring back to my house or something like that.
Right.
So with the, companies that I work with, my suppliers, it's just nice to know that, in a couple years from now, nothing's going to change.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And so you started out with your place in Lake Tahoe, and now you have a place on Kauai, right?
Yep, exactly.
And how's that going for you? Do you have that one? You have that one on Airbnb, don't you?
I do. So my place in Tahoe, I ended up getting super busy with my distinguished guest project and then my vacation rental. So I kind of found myself in a situation where I was just juggling too many balls because, as you know, I have 2 small kids. So I ended up, my place in Tahoe, that's such a saturated market in terms of vacation rentals, and I had really small kids. So I actually ended up long-term renting that. So I have a tenant in there for 2 or 3 years. So that's great. So I don't have to worry about that right now. So that's kind of off my plate. So now I'm just focusing on my place in Hawaii. And I put that on Airbnb a few months ago, and that's really ramped up and has been great in filling some of the gaps that I've had available. So that has been wonderful. I've had 1 Airbnb guest come and go, round trip to them. So that's great. And I have 3 more bookings.
Good.
Really exciting. So, and hope to have more with them.
Are you keeping your calendar kind of narrow as far as your Airbnb availability? Is that what you're doing?
I do 6 months. I do 6 months and kind of open it out for that. So yeah, I mean, I guess in my experience, VRBO has done a really good job of filling up my calendar.
Yeah.
Get a ton of repeat guests. So I have 1 guest that 2 years ago, they stayed for a month. Last year they stayed for 6 weeks, and next year they're staying for 3 months. So that is, a huge blessing. And then I have another client guest that's been with me. This will be her 4th summer, and they usually stay 1 or 2 weeks. And then I do get, other guests that come back here and there. So I've been really lucky. Hawaii is one of those destinations where people just love it so much. They keep back. So that's really nice.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, when you have such long-term guests, do you do interim cleanings? Do you do anything that ensures that you get your people back in there periodically to just check on things?
I do. So when someone stays over a month, I'll do a mid-stay clean. Usually, actually over 2 weeks. Anybody that's staying over 2 weeks, I'll kind of do a free mid-stay clean. I pay for it. They don't do a full clean, but they'll just come in, do a cursory clean of the place, bathrooms, the kitchen, and then they'll change the sheets. So I think that that's really nice to offer. This one particular guest, though, declined the first time, and it was just a couple. So I said, okay, but usually I like to get my cleaners in there just to, get them there. So they're not too far behind when they leave. But my cleaner the last 2 times has said this is a 5-star guest. They leave the place in incredible shape. So now I'm just, I just give them free cleaning because they, take such good care of my place that I don't have to do that with them.
Oh,
so
that's fabulous.
Yeah, feel very lucky.
Very good.
And sometimes it's nice to have a little break with those longer guests to kind of just catch your breath for a
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's nice to have, I like to have 2 or 3 days in between because of all of the catch up that needs to be done. I don't necessarily do it, but my housekeepers do. and they like to go through everything, make sure it's all there, and if a sink is leaking or something like that, that's when we will take care of it. But
exactly, the pressure isn't there on those.
Yes.
Back-to-back turnovers are tough.
So let's talk a little bit about your second or third stream of business right now. That's called VR Mastered.
Yep.
Yeah, tell us about that. That sounds so fascinating.
Oh, yeah, thank you. So, Tyann, Beth, and I had been wanting to do some owner education. So we had always talked a little bit about it in the past, just thinking, oh, well, maybe we'll add it on to like one of the summits or the HomeAway summits or something like that.
Let's do just a brief little explanation about who Tyann is and who Beth is, and so that we can kind of put it together.
Yeah, and then I'll tell you a little bit about it. So Tyann Marsink is a vacation rental photographer, and she specializes in vacation rental properties. And Beth Carson started Vacation Rental Travels magazine. And so you can check out their websites, really great stuff there to learn more about what they're doing. Okay. And VR Mastered is basically a boot camp for vacation rental owners looking to optimize their existing listing, whether it be VRBO or HomeAway Airbnb, and make sure that that's set up and they're comfortable with everything that's going on there, but also get them on social media, Instagram, Facebook, introduction to YouTube and using video to promote your property. So I'm still getting comfortable, or I'm comfortable with the big listing sites. Now I want to take it to the next level sort of thing. So we really provide support in getting them set up with these different platforms, a lot of questions they have, teaching them how to post, explaining what to post, because there are a lot of people that are just not that familiar with social media and how it all works. Yeah. So, we learned a lot from the first event that we just did in Mexico. It really helps to break up the groups. It's exclusive education, so there's only spots for 15 people, so that we have the ability to separate people into groups by skill level, and then really make sure that we're teaching them how to do things like Instagram and Facebook. We touch on Pinterest and Twitter and different things like that, but so that they're really leaving with the skills and being able to work those social media channels when they leave us.
So you're basically taking a newbie without any kind of online presence and helping them to create their listings on whatever platform, and then establish accounts in the social media areas.
Exactly. And usually everybody, for the most part, has been set up on the listing sites, the big listing sites.
Okay.
So it would, and most of them had Facebook pages. So just kind of teaching them how to do advertising on Facebook and Instagram. And then also, a lot of people had less experience with Instagram, but everybody wants to be there, right? Everybody wants to, because that's where the next generation is.
And we have pictures. We want pictures, and that's what sells our properties.
Yeah, exactly. So that is where we ended up, unknowing to us, spending a lot of time, right? Because, most of the people in our group were, just didn't grow up with technology. I mean, I didn't either, right? So they got so excited in learning Instagram, and, we had a competition while we were there. If you look at the hashtag Vacation Rental Bootcamp, had never been used before, and now there are 200 tags to Vacation Rental Bootcamp from our conference. So we said, whoever does the most posting on social media, Instagram or Facebook, with the tag hashtag Vacation Rental Bootcamp, you'll win a prize. So they ended up winning a prize, which was an entrance to the Vacation Rental Success Summit.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And people got so excited about that. So it was really fun to see these people blossom with all the social media.
Oh, that's fabulous. And so next year, have you chosen a destination or a time for your...
Well, we're actually thinking about doing it again in September. So we're hoping to announce that soon. And we're thinking about doing it in Palm Desert.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate seeing your pretty face again and having this conversation with you. And
oh, great. Well, I'm really looking forward to the conference and excited to get the word out. How many tickets do you have?
I hope you enjoyed that chat with Alana. On our website, we will have the links to her, the distinguished guest, and her vacation rental in Kauai, and also how to reach her through VR Mastered if you're interested in taking her class. Also, we'll have a link to Matt Landau's vacation rental marketing blog, and of course, you have to go to our website, hostingyourhome.com, in order to see these links. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what's coming up for Rob and me. Tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, we have guests arriving. Our son is coming in from Iowa with his family of 4, and they're staying with us for a month. And then during that time, our other son is coming in from Colorado with his family, and he'll be staying with us for a couple of weeks. And they will all overlap. And then, of course, our daughter and her husband are here, as well as other family members. So we are going to have quite a house full. We are expecting most of our meals to be around 14 people for at least 2 of those weeks. So, whoa, it'll be fun. I'm sure it will definitely be a ball. The other thing is, we have plans to go to the Podcast Movement Symposium in San Diego in August. So I'm going to be learning more about how to be a podcaster, and hopefully I can up my game and bring a little bit more professionalism to our podcast. Also, we have plans to go to the Vacation Rental World Summit in September in Florence, Italy, and I'm so excited. We have never been to Italy, and we're just going to make a nice long trip out of it. It's just going to be a hoot. Plus, we'll be able to meet a lot of people that we know in the vacation rental world, and, you go to these conferences and you just learn so much. It's really awesome. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that you take the time to listen to us, and we'd love to hear from you. Please leave us comments, and of course, reviews are always welcome too. Until next time, take care. Bye.